Welcome to another exciting episode of On Board with JKMP. And my name is Philip. Yeah. I'm happy to be here with my brothers.
Right. So I go by the name Jay. You can call me Venus. And I'm right here on board with JKMP. That's what's up, man. Give it up.
Yeah. Up. Charlie, my name is K. You can call me Kwame, Charlie. Yaba.
All right, so as we've been doing, one of the things that we've been doing is we've been taking some interesting stories. We don't want to, it's not just any stories that we talk about.
All right.
We talk about the ones that are very important. You understand that we feel like we want to add our voice, we feel like we want to say something about. So, there's been a lot of, anytime that you sleep and you wake up, there are different stories
Charlie,
you wake up to. You understand?
If you Ghana with
Charlie, one of the saddest story that we wake up to this week was on the O'Reilly issue. Yeah, so about that O'Reilly student who was stabbed. So I would like Kwame to give us a full story about that issue.
Charlie, it's also another episode on board. Today I'm sad. I'm sad. I don't know, but Charlie, it's very sad. So as we all know, just this trending story on X, that is now on Twitter, that one guy, two friends had a banter, and then through the banter, one of the guys had to use knife to stab the chest of his friend 3 times.
3 times, not even one. And our kukudro to stab somebody 1, a movie, 2, a movie, 3rd time.
So there's one guy on Twitter, Sika official. He said 2 students from O'Reilly Senior High School in Accra got into a violent fight during an argument with friends about whose father is wealthier. During the altercation, one student was fatally stabbed. The authorities have arrested the other students whilst investigations are ongoing. This tragic incident marks the 2nd murder of a student at that school.
2nd murder. Hey.
Wow.
I'm sad, but you are just forcing me to laugh. 2nd murder at that school.
Jay, what do you think about this? What do you?
Charlie, brothers, see. Well, I feel it's a whole. If you watch the genesis of this issue, you don't know where to start or how to say it, because these are our young brothers.
Our younger brothers in school.
And they are parents, having the thoughts of them studying and be able to pass their exams and excel. This is such a blow, a heavy blow, to the parents.
Big blow.
And on the side of the school authorities, this is the 2nd time. So, as the first one happened, what actions did you take?
There's a lot of issue on that.
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't set any measures to make sure that maybe that
it doesn't happen again.
Maybe they set the measures, but they didn't enforce it. You see, and also there's this, I don't know, but for some time now, there's they've stopped the use of capital punishment and all those kind of stuff. Back in our time,
right,
it was different. They will make you face the law. They will make you face
instantly
what it is to be a bad student.
Yeah.
So I feel, Charlie, we have to step up our games. The government institution regulating the schools, parents, teachers, And even the youth in the school,
Yeah.
we have to. There is we have
There
to
has
have
to
a
be
dialogue.
order.
Yeah,
There has to be order.
I mean, you read a story. When you first read a story on Twitter, what was your reaction and what was running through your mind?
Philip, you see, the story I first didn't read from Twitter. It was later that I saw the actual story. So, what I first saw on Twitter was they were a group of students were carrying a student in their arms. They were running. They were carrying a student in their arms. And I was like, what is going on there? So the person doing the video said in the background that, then stab him. Then stab him. I was like, then stab him. So I went to read the caption, and then I realized that it's actually a stabbing issue from the Oriale Senior High. But then I have 3 things to say about this. First, I would have something to say about the guy who stabbed his friend. You see, it's actually affirmed the statement that Bishop Dag says that the heart of an unsaved man is very dead and desperately wicked.
You can never know it, brother.
The heart of an unsaved man
Yeah.
is very dead and desperately wicked. You see, the boy has now become an animal. I will not excuse my words. The boy has now become an animal because it is when you watch wildlife and you see how lions are devouring other animals, you realize that it is the same thing. The lions devour other animals without conscience. So when you are able to stab
Because
your
they
fellow,
have an edge. Because in this case, he was holding
the knife.
So it's like he had an edge, the
To do
edge
it.
over the friend. I'm
You
sure
see-
that if he wasn't holding the knife, maybe
Kun,
man to man.
man to man, they ever kun.
But I mean, this is like what you say kind of. And not to even cut you, I have personally had this encounter before. You know, and it was in Tako.
Yeah.
I went to Was, and you know Was, we had history of always beating some schools. At a point, I remember sometime we burned some schools, bars and things. So anytime that there is in Tako, there will be tension.
Right.
We had this in Tako at Ewak. And I mean, there were some little bros, little tensions here. And was like, you know me, once.
Yeah.
As I they go the washroom, go, Johnson. I've forgotten the particular school. When I got there, after I finished with maintaining my own boys been surrounding me. Hey! Like then they can't beat me or something. Where one pull knife. Lucky for me, there was someone else, like an elderly person, who entered. Then they quickly
Had to adjust themselves with their knives.
Chairman, when I got out of the washroom, straight to the house.
I
I didn't partake in any, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I just went out straight.
Straight.
Since then, I have not attended any interco again. You know, so sometimes even though the guy is having the knife, sometimes we the student too, you have to be careful.
Yeah, just be careful.
Even sometimes the person that you argue with, you know, you have to know your friends. Know that this person will easily irritated, will violent.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
The boy has now become an animal because if you are able to do this, you can be compared to an animal. So, story from the boy's father, the guy who is deceased, his name is Edward. So, stories from his father said when he was called, the only thing they told him is that the thing has happened and the teachers and the authorities in the school looks unconcerned. It means they don't care.
You are Edward's father.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. What happened was yesterday, I see my boy off to come to school. So I was also to go to work. So I'm at work and my niece called me that Edward is having misunderstanding. One of the students is having misunderstanding with Edward. So I should come. And so I asked her that, are there no teachers at the school? And she said the teachers are not sitting there unconcerned. And what is happening is unfair, so I should come. So I said, okay, then I'm coming. So on my way, When I got to the motorway, she called that the boy that is fighting with Edward have lying down at the school premises breathing, and the teachers are still sitting unconcerned.
Some questions that I want us to.
Before the question, I also read. I saw a video of, I think, is it a sister, one lady,
The cousin.
the
yeah,
cousin,
that's the
who
cousin.
said when the thing started, they were in the class and the other guy came to warn her about the brother to be careful, otherwise the blood will flow or something like that. And then the lady rushed to the nearby. The uncle lived close to the school, so she rushed to the house to call the uncle, but unfortunately the uncle wasn't around. So when she got back to the school at the gate, then she saw someone on the floor. And then she was like, what happened? What is happening? What is happening? And then one person said, oh, there was a misunderstanding and they stabbed one guy. And then I was like, so the thing happened for the school. Teachers did at school. They no fit do anything. The girl for rush out of the school. Go seek, go call in uncle camp before.
That be the boy
So
in
that,
father.
that be the question that I wanted to ask. That, looking at the time that we went to school and looking at now, do you think that the teachers have a certain level of control, or they have a certain level of command as to what transpire in the school? During our time as a Ustro teacher, go feel mess up. Just imagine you have teacher like Otuvon in the school.
Booty.
You go feel mess up. I feel like that kind of authority has been taken from the teachers. Do you think so?
In a certain way, because you see, there's a saying that the teachers. I remember back in school days, our teachers used to say, "We are your parents in the school." So if they are parents in the school, they ought to discipline us when we go wrong. But and also no teachers ni mu bi afa ho de din sem hunu wo akola bi otan akola na say akola no e bi akola no o train ade ohun intinu wa fa ne ho tan na they be impatient with the child. You see, it has its ups and downs, but there should be a thorough check on teachers. I mean, mentally, there should be a thorough check on them mentally before they allow them to have possession of the kids, because these are little children. They may not know everything, or let me say they are growing. So some of the things, they are naive, they are wild, they are adventurous and all of that. So you, the teachers, have to have total and maximum control over these kids, since you are the so-called parents in the school. You understand? So Charlie, the school authorities too, I will blame them in some way. Charlie.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Freeman, what do you think about the question I was asking about the teachers? I feel like the teachers now, compared to the ones we have, they don't command a certain power. You understand? So the students know they respect them.
Yeah.
You understand? Then times almost all of us, we had at least one particular teacher.
We all feared.
Onye piano, there is order. You understand?
Right.
And when there is something like that, at least it will help to sensitize the environment small. But if teacher no okazano mumfinu, ono de obeba be ni so obekire wade no.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
I want to ask
Freeman, what do you think about?
Me right now, I don't know what is going on in our secondary schools. And I don't know what is going on with the teachers in the secondary schools. I don't know if they are not being paid well or at all.
Teachers, they've always never been paid well.
I don't know.
Ever since God created the earth.
I don't know.
They always say that Omaketuya or your friend is saying heaven.
Yeah.
Because most of teachers that I know, they always end up going into other professions.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So as for pay, they don't want us to even.
No, it's a build up.
Yes,
it's a build
the pay
up.
has to motivate
Do
you
you understand?
to-
It's
Okay.
a build up. Me, as I'm saying, I don't know if they are not being paid, or they are not being fed well, or there's something that is wrong with the teachers now. I don't know. We are not in their shoes, but as to what has happened with this boy that the authorities in the school were there and they looked unconcerned, you can realize that there is something wrong with the teachers. That I want the government to intervene. Say, they have to pay them. If it is good teaching conditions or whatever that they are not giving them, they should give them. Anything that the teachers want, they should give them now. And now I think that the youth now, you see the youth now, it is not the fault of the teachers, it is the fault of the parents. Because when you are a teacher and you touch my son, I am coming for you straight in the school. When we were in secondary school and we were in primary school or whatever, it is your mom who will hold your hands and go and give you to the teacher, make the teacher beat you.
Right in front of your peers.
That is what I was saying. So you raise up some interesting points about maybe them being the reasons why the teachers are not operating. Personally, I feel like the teachers don't have power anymore.
That is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. That
teach.
That is what I'm saying. That you see,
they don't do corporal punishment, those kind of things.
Because
all those things have been abolished.
Because when you corporal punish my son, I am coming for you in the school. Because it is expensive now to take care of children. So when you touch my son, I am coming for you in the school.
Jay was also talking about the fact that when we give the teachers the power, sometimes they misuse it. It's true though. I don't disagree.
No, when teachers misuse power, to what extent do they misuse power? We can look at that. To what extent do teachers misuse power? Have you never seen a student kill a student before? But it is students who kill students. Have you ever seen a teacher kill a student before? So if teachers are giving power over students, to what extent do they abuse it? Let's look at that. Teachers don't abuse their power. The only thing they abuse it, mama work 1 year, may go out. That is it. I have never seen a teacher take knife, stab a student. But it is students who are killing students.
Right. I may disagree on what you are saying because
Okay.
Some of the teachers abuse powers, not in a form of taking a knife.
Okay.
In a form of hatred, in a form of a lot of things, some petty things.
But if a teacher hates you, did it kill you?
No, but
it rather made you strong.
No. It develops some kind of relationship between the student and the teacher. I have been a victim before. Remember, I had an issue with Mr. Poe.
Yeah.
Yes. It's the same. This guy, we shouldn't go back, but fast forward, it was when the issue got to the top, I had to be expelled because I was the but say Papa need for. You understand?
I say Africa they open default.
Back to this issue. I beg, Baker just land on this one. What's the duty of the PTA?
If want PTA,
but does PTA still exist?
Now
we are doing free education.
Come
I don't know if PTA
teachers doesn't really have parent doesn't really have a say. I don't
then
know.
You take your child to a school, then you don't have a say. Hey,
now say
and that's how now.
Initially, the purpose of PTA was say no.
PTA is parent teachers association.
It's a joint something.
PTA
you understand?
The parents help to like.
I mean, you see, one of the main purpose of the PTA was teachers to give feedback to parents.
Just feedback?
Feedback on your children to parents.
Also, parents help to develop infrastructure.
Yes, and one lot of.
I mean, it came later on.
And also,
all those PTA dues and things. It came later
that
on.
Are happening in the school.
Yes, not just academics. Not just academics. The mental health of the child, and the mental health of the teacher. And let me say, during the PTA session, if we take critical care, that be where we say, oh, this child, this being parents, from the way the parents they talk, it check like then they teach the kiddie for house where they hear, or the kiddie take in parents in Subai. That same spot, to you the parents, you go see say, my kiddie they come house, be serious, or it pass some subjects, they pass some subjects. This teacher be the subject they pass in this thing. This be what be the teacher in how the teacher they feel you the bab. So that
I
arena.
think they
You
used to-
get issue with teachers.
No, you don't be say I get
They
issue.
used to do that thing a lot.
Yes,
that is no. That is the basic core of PTA.
Still do it.
That is the basic
So
core of
why can't the
PTA.
government
So
also?
they assess the students. Do you understand?
Right.
Personally, I've been to some of these private schools where they show you the students in academics.
That is what
Then
I'm
even
saying, that
you
the
meet
basic
the
that is what I'm saying, that
where
the
students are not
basic
doing
core
well.
of PTA is like a mediator between students and parents. That is the basic core. As for paying PTA dues and helping in infrastructure or whatever, it came later. Do you understand? It came later. So if your child at home is not doing well, you give feedback to the teacher. If the child at school is not doing well, the teacher gives feedback to the parent. That is why it is Parents Teachers Association.
So do you think they blame if a child doesn't do well? Is this solely on the child?
No, as for a child not doing well, it's not solely on the child.
So it contribute. It cuts across.
But what I am saying is that you see, teachers don't kill students.
How do you expect a teacher
No,
to
that-
kill
what
it?
child-
Yes. Yes,
to
teachers don't
extent-
kill students.
I agree with
Right.
what
Freeman-
Kwame is
Kwame.
saying, because me, I would prefer we give the teachers more
On full
power
authority.
than giving it to the students.
Full
Because
authority.
personally, me
But who says they've given the power to the
No,
students?
you relax. You've had your experiences. I've also had an experience, even with Mr. Otuvon.
Right.
Sake of Abi Ewe, where you to be Ewe. Me now figure say the man no they like me. If they cane people, if they cane 10, me go cane you 20. Then you go beat me for Ewe inside say me I get land for Accra here. Do you understand? In a way, no, the figure say they won't make her be conscious.
Yeah.
But in a way, no, at a point, no, I won't even skip in classes.
At
But
that
you never fit even
age, at
skip
that
in class.
age, oh, at that age, the question you they ask the kiddie, how you want make he answer? You get land the kiddie, how? You see, so if I tell you say some teachers they abuse some things, you forbade me.
But you see, we deviate from the thing.
you think we
yes,
are? No,
we are
it be-
going
it be-
off.
You see this issue, it they cut across. So I
We are
feel
going
say
off.
This
We are
thing,
going off
if you
from
want
the
to
main
talk about
issue.
it, do you know another angle we are not also looking at?
Tell us.
When the guy was stabbed, they carried the guy.
You see,
Excuse me.
I told you I have three
yes,
things to
yes,
say.
the
You
way
never
they-
made me land on my point.
You finished.
You never made me land on my
Finish.
point.
Let him finish. Then you so keep it.
No,
So,
you let me talk. Initially,
all right,
I was
flow.
talking
Flow
before
then,
you
flow
people
then.
came in.
Flow.
So me, I'm done with the boy. I made a little point about the authorities. The third one I wanted to talk about is we are losing it. I mean, as a nation, as a generation, as human beings, we are losing it. You remember those days in primary school that we used to have these Canadians when they come, they teach us Red Cross, they teach us how to give first aid, they teach us how to give
Maybe
first.
they still do it.
Fir-
How will you?
They don't do it. If they do it, you would know.
Yeah.
They don't do it. You see, I was talking about how I saw the video first, that they were carrying a boy, and then I was like, why don't you know that the first aid to give someone who is bleeding is to put pressure on where the blood is coming from?
Right.
You put a cloth to put pressure on where the blood is coming from, and then you call for help. You don't carry the guy.
Man, the way everybody react to things differently.
Yes, but then when
somebody way I know they fit stand blood.
it is
If
true,
somebody hurts right now,
But
that be the reason why I know if you go the medical field.
it is.
I know they fit stand blood.
You can't
You
stand blood,
understand?
but then you
Uh-huh.
need fair education in
Yes.
first aid.
It's true.
Right.
First aid.
You see,
As we dey here right now, something cut him. Serious blood is oozing. Are you going to run away because you dey fear blood? You need to save his life.
I understand. What is also the work of the sick bay?
Do
And
they have
also,
it?
why don't we have
The school
ambulance?
the school
I feel like
the
we
sc-
should have ambulances
for secondary
assigned to
schools.
secondary
Schools.
schools.
That is
They may not
very
be
good.
able to assign one particular ambulance to a school, but maybe we share district where you will school be 4 you bet to me one ambulance. Because if there was a quick ambulance that could have gotten to the school early,
Charlie.
they would have been able to
See, on the
give
issue
the perfect way.
on the issue of ambulance, we know that this, but don't bring it, because if you bring issue of ambulance, it will be very big here. We are going to close next year. Do you understand? Issue of ambulance, we are going to close next year.
So there should be a functional sick bay. I think most of the sick bays in the schools are not.
They don't work. My school, I said my school, when you are sick and you go to the sick bay, your head is aching, they'll give you ORS. I'm telling you.
Hey, where is you? Well, personally, I've not been to a sick bay before in your school.
Charlie.
Hey, we used to call the woman school nurse. Those who went to my school, they know. Someone was weeding, cut the person.
Nurses don't have work. Why then don't at
post them to secondary schools?
Should have like
2-3
nurses there. Providing professional services. They can even be having, so the nurses, they should send those who have the psychology background, the nursing background, they should multitask. If it is not, they are not administering you when you are sick. They can cancel you psychologically.
Yes.
They are, if you post nurses there, they can help to alleviate some of, once in a while, they can give talks, you know.
Right. And they will
even do you, David, the argument was baseless.
Baseless.
Hey, me no one and the papa Oscar.
So the guy who was killed, do you know what he said? He said his father has ne papa war helicopter on passing. So the other guy said, me my papi get Benz. Where this one to say, if your papi get Benz, me my papi get helicopter for bed under. That be all. He win the argument too.
So
he win the argument.
It boils down to the indiscipline in our schools.
Yeah.
And mind you, it not be just the boys in Kwan. The girls too.
Then they pass.
Yeah. Videos they circulate around where
girls they dance
then
for
they
the
do
naked on the mat. You see, you can be on TikTok right now and you see secondary school girls on live.
Let's not. You see, let's be frank. These things, girls dance. It has been there.
Since
it has been there.
As for that one,
just that social media wasn't there that time. What are you telling me?
Who says social media
girls
wasn't
when
there?
they run away, go do them runnings and things. It
day. But see,
it just be
we have something we call fair.
They go fit cut them, then post them.
We have something we call fair. If you know say you go fit do these things, you go fit do them off camera. At least if they no see safe, they no go give you that tag. But now you do they put camera, they show the world say you be the bad. Recently, then go play some gay big gala. So right now, as the thing they spread right now, we they see you loud and clear. And no crap on asa my BP class akosro because they are in Ukraine. Cool. It be true.
I know they are in a way.
If you know they see,
but I just want us to establish the fact that those misbehavior and those things here. You know, just say now, no, there are tools that make it easy for them to circulate it.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for tuning in to On Board with JKMP. See you on another episode. My name is Philip.
I'm Jay.
I'm coming.
We are out.